Morning, everybody. Today we are going to start chapter number 5, part 4, that is methods of vegetative sampling, quadrat method, transect method, and plotless method. So, first we see the introduction about this. So, see here, plants naturally occurs together in a respective group of associated species, and the most abundant species can be used to describe those communities. Similarly, the size, form, structure, and physiognomy of these species plays an important role in making up the arrangement of a plant community. The vegetation sampling is essential to understand the structure of vegetation. The method of vegetation sampling are of almost important in phytosociological studies. Phytosociology not only concerned identifying the plant communities of an area but also determines how they are related to one another and to the environmental factors governing them. Each species is distributed in its own way according to its physical environment and interactions with other species. Hence, no two species are similar in distribution. The plant community are the basic unit of vegetation classification. A plant community is a geographic phenomenon with a spatial variation in which one or few species are predominant. The principal aim of phytosociology is to describe the vegetation, explain or predict its pattern, and classify it in a meaningful ways. It includes species diversity and helps determine the distribution of individual among the species in a particular habitat. The vegetation sampling is necessary to understand ecosystem structure of a particular region at a particular time. Okay, then next, sampling approach. For describing the vegetation of an area, first it is surveyed to select representative stands or segments of vegetation. These surveys are important to have a overview of the vegetation and land use pattern of an area. The sample are taken to record data or on parameters related to vegetation and species. Usually the sampling locations are determined by considering the land use pattern. The geology, topography, climate, and the soil have a close bearing on the nature of vegetation. Therefore, these features should be taken into account while selecting the sampling sites. There are several approaches for vegetation sampling. They could be completely subjective, completely objective, or combination of regular and random sampling. Most commonly used approach is stratified random sampling. Then methods of vegetation sampling. The quantitative measurement generally focus on the parameters such as percent frequency, relative frequency, abundance, density, relative density, basal area, dominance, relative dominance, importance, value index, species richness, diversity indices, growth form, distribution, etc. For these measurement, ecologists have developed a variety of sampling unit. It includes quadrat, transect, and plotless methods. Okay, so first we see the first sampling type, that is the quadrat method. See here, this method was developed by the Swiss ecologist Braun Blanquet 1932. He is also called relief method or sample method, stands method. A quadrat is a unit area that is laid down to mark out a specific area of the community to be sampled. The number of species occurred within the quadrat frame are recorded along with number of individuals of each species. Quadrats may be square, rectangular, or circular, and they may be of any appropriate size. The quadrat methods can be used in virtually and vegetation type to quantify the plant community. A single quadrat cannot be accepted to sample or community adequately. Therefore, repeated quadrat samples are taken randomly. The area to be sampled is divided up into sub-areas depending on the topography, soil, and other physical features and apparent floristic differences. These sub-areas are sampled separately. Within sub-areas, quadrats are located randomly. This type of sampling approaches ensures a representative sample of the different physical and floristic features of the community. This type of sampling is called stratified random sampling. The sampled area from all quadrats are recorded on a previously prepared data sheets and are considered to constitute an adequate sample of the community. Within each quadrat, the number of individuals and presence or absence of the species can be calculated to determine species composition. Quadrat size is generally determined on the basis of the size and density of the vegetation being sampled. Usually, species area curved method is employed for determination of quadrat size. Before proceeding to study the community, it is necessary to determine the minimum size and number of the quadrats. Although quadrats employed are of various shapes, the square shapes is mostly followed. The size of quadrats should be large enough to contain significant number of individuals, but small enough that the individuals' presence could be separated, counted, and measured without confusion leading to duplication or omission of individuals. 3 to 8 species per quadrat, that is sample unit, can be counted conveniently. Then next point, that is types of quadrats. Depending upon the aim and purpose of vegetation study, and quadrats are of following types. First type, list quadrats, then count or list count quadrats, chart quadrats, parameter quadrats, and nested quadrats. So first we see that is list quadrat. It is used for the purpose of listing the occurrence of species in sampling area. This is especially for the study of degree of depression or frequency of different species. Second type, that is count or list count quadrats. This type is used for numerical count of individuals of each species and used for the study of their abundance and density. Third type, that is chart quadrats. This type is used for the true or scale study of species distribution in space. The individuals are recorded on a maintenance quadrats on graph paper at suitable reductions. Number 4, permanent quadrats. These quadrats are used for repetitive study over a long period of time to understand the change in species composition. And last 5 number, that is the nested quadrats. Nested quadrats are a special sample unit that includes a series of different sized quadrats that are placed at the same location. They are usually positioned so that all have a common concern corner points, causing the area sampled by sampler smaller quadrats to the included in the progressively large ones. Nested quadrats are a useful approach when no single sample unit size suits all species that need to be sampled for frequency and density. Different phytosociological parameters can be calculated after the field data collection. These quantitative parameters are frequently relative frequency, abundance, density, relative density, basal area, dominance, relative dominance, importance, value index, species richness, and diversity in the indices, etc. Then counts. It is simple tally of the number of individuals of a species. Then abundance, it is the number of individuals of different species in the community per unit area and is calculated as follows, that is abundance is equal to total number of individuals of a species divided by number of quadrats in which they can occur. Then next, frequency, it is the proportion of quadrats sampled in which the species is represented. Frequency is a measure of dispersion of individuals of a species. It is usually represented as a percentage and calculated as follows. Percentage frequency is equal to number of quadrats in which the species occur divided by total number of quadrats studied into 100. Then relative frequency. Relative frequency is equal to number of quadrats in which species occur divided by total number of quadrats occupied by all species into 100. Okay. Then density. It is estimated by all qualifying the average number of individuals of a species per unit area and calculated as follows. Density is equal to total number of individuals of species divided by total number of quadrats used in sampling. That is, density may be defined as the number of species per specified collection area. The relative density is the study of numerical strength of species in relation to total number of individuals of all species, can be calculated as relative density is equal to total number of individuals of a species divided by sum of all individuals of all species into 100. Then basal area or cover area. This is the percent area of the quadrat occupied by a plant species or area occupied by the base of trees. It is considered as good indicator of the size, volume or weight of trees. The girth at breast height or diameter at breast height measures are used to calculate the basal area. The girth or circumference of the tree is equal to 2 pi r, where pi is equal to 3.14 and r is the radius. The radius can be calculated from the girth GBH of the tree as follows. GBH equal to 2 pi r, r is equal to GBH divided by 2 pi. The basal area can now be calculated thus. Basal area is equal to GBH square divided by 4 pi or pi into bracket DBH square divided by 4. Then dominance. Dominance is a measure of size, bulk or weight of the vegetation. Three characteristics of the vegetation are commonly evaluated as a measure of dominance: weight, basal cover or canopy cover. Dominant species are those which are highly successful ecologically and which determines to be a considerable extent the conditions under which the association species must grow. It can be calculated as below. Dominance is equal to total basal area or crown of the species divided by total area sampled. Okay. Then important values index, that is IVI. It is essential measure which is an overall picture of the influence of the species in the vegetation community. It considers the relative values of density, frequency and basal area of every species in a given area. It thus incorporates three important parameters which are measured of diversity and productivity of every species. Thus, IVI is equal to relative density plus relative frequency plus relative dominance. Thus, the sum of the IVI of all the species in forest composed of several species should be equal to 300. Okay, thank you.